Time to check in with our lizard overlords. What are they up to? Well, this.
Is this the worst hour now?
Are we done our first hour?
Yeah, we're into our worst hour now.
Keep your expectations of this episode low. Starting the worst hour now, I feel like we've crossed into maybe not great content hour.
Welcome to our worst hour.
So I was doing a random flagstone patio for the first time in a while.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
I brought it, well, I finished it, but I brought out a sample of buff flagstone, and client wanted to go with that. It was great. It was like 6 pallets at this landscape supplier in Aurora. The problem was that the top layer was buff. Everything else below it was gray or dark gray. So the client was sold on having buff be the flagstone patio, but I only had 10 square feet.
Wow.
So went through the other 5 pallets and same thing. So I had
Wow.
40 square feet of buff flagstone, and I had to go around try to find buff flagstone. Apparently buff flagstone from Wyerton doesn't exist anymore. Nobody's got it.
Beaver Valley's got it.
No, I went there.
Really? They didn't have it?
Nope.
Wow.
Everybody's got their own buff and what buff is now. It ranges anything from like a blue gray to a dark black.
Seems like a lot of headache.
Yeah, that was it was a pain. So I sold the client on what was there and told them it would go with their brick, and they were happy with it eventually. And
So did you leave the buff pieces in with the gray? Or
yeah, it's like anywhere from buff to brown to gray. It's a mix. But it turned out nice. It did. Luckily
All
it
random
was
all flagstone just fades to the same gray.
right. Or
It'll all
buff.
just and you go and look at any flagstone patio that's old, they all look the same. Have you ever gone up to a 30-year-old flagstone patio and said, fuck, that looks like buff, man? No, it just looks like faded gray. You've never looked at any flagstone patio in your life, random flagstone patio in Ontario in your life, and been like, fuck, man, that's a nice looking buff patio. No, you're like, well, there's some gray flagstone.
Yeah.
There's some lighter gray flagstone. There's some darker gray flagstone. But it's all just fucking faded gray because as soon as they crack it out of the fucking quarries, it starts to fade.
Mm-hmm.
Because the only reason it's holding any color at all is because it hasn't been exposed to the sun for a million years. As soon as you expose it to the sun, it all just bleaches gray. Sorry to disappoint your clients. How old are they?
Oh, he's young.
Oh, he's young.
Like how young?
He's just learning to walk.
I think he's younger than me. He's just learning to walk.
Oh, he'll sell that house before it fades, maybe.
He said it was his forever home. I don't know.
Everybody says that when they're young.
Yeah.
Did you wet lay it?
No, I did not.
That won't be his forever patio then. Fucking what sand did you use in the fucking joints?
NOCO. I tried that for the first time.
I've used it. That's a decent sand. On a random flagstone patio we did. I think if someone asked me to do a random flagstone patio now, I'd just say no. Call someone else.
Yeah.
I don't even like using natural stone steps. Like the job we're doing right now is one of those like it came through and I just said, sure, let's do that. That sounds fucking great. Without really investigating the job much. To be fair to me, I did investigate this job a little bit. They sent me some pictures. I looked at them and I said, the stairs are way too close to the driveway. You're going to need a grade break along the side of them. Because the porch is attached to the fucking garage. And the porch is ahead of the garage, which is, like a forward built house, which is, in Durham region, there's a lot of them. I'm like, so you can't have the stairs coming out that close to the garage without it making the pavers look kind of weird because you got to get to the garage floor height or the driveway is tapering downwards. So you got to chase that driveway down, right? On the fucking percentage of fall. So I said, you need to put a grade break in there, like a garden, or I don't really give a fuck what it is, like piece of armor stone. No, you don't know what you're talking about. It's only 4 stairs, not 5. Because I immediately looked at it and said, you need 5 stairs. No, 4 stairs, not 5. Okay. Then it's like wraps around the house, and it's like, whatever, man. And I just, normally I would go a bit harder, but I was like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this client. I don't know what the discussion was between this client and the general. I'm just going to do this fucking job. Well, we got there day 1. They're like, yeah, 4 6-inch stairs doesn't work. Okay. So we need 5 7s. It's a big fucking difference, boys. 4 6s and 5 7s. That's a big motherfucking difference. And the problem is that 5th step is really, now all the steps are more expensive because they're 7s. And that 5th step is really way more expensive because you got to build all the infrastructure behind it. You got to put in all the fillers. It's not just like people say things like, "Oh, just throw a step in, man." I'm like, saying it fast doesn't make it fast. And the step, and when
Just
you're
a step,
saying
no returns.
everyone imagines the extra step. As soon as you say, "Oh, you need to add an extra step, man," like everyone imagines the extra step as the top step, where you're just sliding one in. But the extra step is not the top motherfucking step. The extra step is the bottom step and the fucking 5 feet of fillers that got to go along with it.
Yep.
That's the extra step. Oh no, the extra step's up top. It is not fucking up top. The top step never changed, and neither did the other 4. You know what did change? The 5th step and the whole run backwards to cover this fucking pyramid of steps we're building now.
Yep. I've been through it a fucking ton of times.
Yeah.
Often my fault, sometimes not.
Next phone call. Hey, you know how it wraps around the house? We need to put an 8-foot step there. Fucking sick. I said, okay, well, just for the record here, AI told me this is how much this should cost. Did we talk about that? Was it the last episode we recorded where I was pricing the job and accepting it from AI?
Not from AI, no.
So yeah, I called the next day because I actually looked at that job, and I called and I said, hey, you guys are like 2,000-3,000 late on this job. Like, and they're like, and the guy says to me, he goes, well, I ran it through ChatGTP, and I was like, oh, good. Now I'm taking jobs based on ChatGTP. I was like,
Wow.
fuck.
Jesus.
So then we get this 8-foot step in. I'm like, okay. Got the 8-foot step in. And then Joseph calls me. He's like, well, then Joe was, after all this schmozzle with the steps, because it's this fucking slate gray from Bonus. I don't know either of you guys have dealt with this shit.
Yeah.
It is the shittiest product on the planet by far and away. There's so many good natural stone step products. This product is shit. It's bullshit. None of it matches. You get a pack of steps, and one is beige, one is gray, one is black. It vibrates into pieces. It's fucking garbage. Why? So Joe's cutting the top step, and he's on the back slicing an inch off it because all the treads have to be identical 14 or whatever the fuck treads are. So you get the top step you got to cut, or it sits forward, right? Because the other ones you're overlapping an inch. But when you get to the top one, if the sill isn't wide enough, you got to trim a bit off to push it in to fucking. So Joe's doing that. As he's cutting the back of the step, the front corner of it vibrates and falls off.
Great.
So he calls me. I need another step. This was after we had just exchanged all these steps because they didn't like the color of them and they didn't match. Even though when they picked this, I was like, why are we taking this material? Like, there's so much really nice natural stone material now that's well curated. Like, why are we picking the shittiest product ever made? Slate gray from Bonus or whatever the fuck these people are. Like, any product on the planet is better. I think that's a worse product than polysand.
What would be your
That's
choice
fucking
for
thing.
steps?
Silver Valley. They're
Oh.
always matching. They always work.
So Silver Valley is pretty slick, is it not? No
Not if you get-
texture.
Not if you get the top. Like, you can get it with texture,
Okay.
whatever it's called. I don't do natural stone steps anymore because I just fucking. Anyways, so now we got to go get another step because the one broke. But then luckily, everyone realized that between the 8-foot step and where the walkway to the backyard was a 7% grade still. Even though we've added a step and done another step and done all this, it was still a 7% fucking grade. So we had to, then we took that step that broke and cut the broken corner. Well, I didn't, Joe did. I didn't do any of this. And then put that step there. So we recouped some of the cost on that step. All of this could have been avoided if you just got any product that wasn't this shit product. Why, you guys think this stuff's a great product?
I don't use natural stone steps.
I haven't had a problem with slate gray like that.
You haven't had it all come in multiple colors?
Oh, okay, yeah. That's something I know, especially like lavender. That's the worst.
For it being multiple colors and not matching anything?
Oh, slate gray or lavender is anything from the dove gray all the way to slate gray, all the way to whatever they advertise as lavender.
Yeah, like the whole time I'm looking at this going, these fucking kids in India got to get better.
I don't know
I'm
how you guys
serious.
have time to fucking fuck around with step colors and shit. I don't, there's not enough time in the fucking day, I tell you that.
There isn't enough time.
There's
Believe
not
me, I
enough,
was
like,
annoyed by it.
like, how do you account for all the
I
time
called the young
manpower
sal-
wasted?
I called the young salesman and we had a long discussion.
But that still doesn't
Polite.
put money back in your pocket whenever
No,
three
it
guys are
doesn't. But
standing
if
there
you,
because they don't know what to do because the color of the step is off by fucking 6 shades.
so I agree with you, but I think that if you're trying to build a long-term relationship with people, that you have to understand that you have to battle your way through all these fucking problems. So I called and said, "Hey, young guy who's a salesman who didn't listen to anything I fucking said to you, you notice how everything I fucking said to you is now a fuck show?" Yeah. Okay. Maybe next time. I'm not saying that I pontificate great advice all the time. Actually, almost hardly ever. But sometimes I do understand things and say, don't get slate gray steps. They're garbage. They're fucking junk. They're one of the worst products in the marketplace. And you need a fifth step. In theory, you want to use 6-inch steps, you need a sixth step. Because I'm changing them into sevens. Then I also explained that the concrete pad we poured now had to come out.
You poured a concrete pad, eh?
Well, no, we knew we needed more steps before we poured it, but we poured a concrete. Well, that was part of the contract, was the concrete pad.
Oh, okay.
That was part of the contract. So we poured the concrete pad, but I'm saying like adding the fifth step is a lot more infrastructure than people think. Like
Yeah.
now the form got bigger, the excavation got bigger, the gravel got bigger, the fucking cement pour got bigger. Like I'm not saying that, but those are all costs that add up. The exchanging of the steps because of the bullshit product.
See, there's sometimes my experience at a supplier really helps. Sometimes I wish I would have worked for somebody else, but with natural stone, anytime I have a client that wants natural stone, it's always going to be the beauty of natural stone is that it's going to vary. So like slate gray is going to vary anywhere from that dove gray, that light gray to a little bit darker than what you see here as slate gray and then like actual slate gray. So,
What do you get? What do you do though when one of the steps is literally black?
okay, then that's a problem.
Yeah, like I'm gonna I have the picture. I'll send you guys this fucking
That's kind of like my buff flagstone being anywhere from buff to black,
yeah.
which I was not able to sell my clients on eventually.
I'm gonna send you guys this fucking picture. You tell me what you think like of this fucking step. And like would you guys install this fucking shit? Like you can't install that. I understand the beauty of natural stone, Mike. You fucking gonna convince someone the beauty of natural stone with that fucking step in the middle of their fucking steps?
Do you guys ever have our group chat just disappear in your messages?
Our Instagram
No,
chat.
but my phone was made in like the last 8 years.
Uh, yeah, our Instagram chat always disappears from my.
So we have a guy who works at our fill site, and he's a bit of a character. And so he has a company phone because he uses it a lot to coordinate things.
Yeah, that step is wild.
But you tell me you're going to tell your client that's the beauty of natural fucking stone, man?
No.
That's the beauty of natural stone, bitches. This one black step in your fucking step 5 steps.
Yeah, like the two on the left, there's difference, but that's within reason. But that step is
Yeah,
wild.
it's fucked. The two on the left got rejected because there was rust on them
Mm,
and they could see the rust. And you can see the rust coming out of them if you blow up the picture.
yeah, I
That's the
see
beauty
it.
of natural stone.
That's the beauty of
Well,
natural stone.
it's the beauty of
Could be the
natural stone.
iron in the
Natural
natural stone.
stone.
It is. So that's the iron in the stone rusting. Because the
I think
guy was like, "Oh, it's the metal bands," and I'm like, "They're banded in plastic, man. There's no metal bands on these stones. It's all fucking plastic.
I have
There's
a
iron in the stone."
yeah, I've got a piece of armor stone right in my driveway for the little flower bed, and we drilled it, and it still has the drill marks. It's fucking beautiful. I love the fucking
Why did you
whenever
drill it?
to split it, right? Because there's a piece of a bigger stone, so we drilled it, pinned it, split it open, and it still has the pin marks,
Yeah.
which I fucking love. I think that looks so cool. And then there's this giant piece of fucking iron stuck in the stone. It's just bleeding fucking rust all over my Vendom pavers. I love it. I'm like, that looks so cool.
On your black sand.
Well, we haven't sanded anything yet, but I had a client.
How could you
They
not have
said,
sanded those pavers?
well, because I'm not done. I want to straighten some lines and shit. And
Don't
the,
you park on them?
no,
Mm.
the driveway's 300 feet long. We can afford not to park on them.
Fair.
But I had a client, they're like, we have to have the same papers as you. We love your house. We want, like, they offered to buy my house first off. And I said, no, sorry. Like, it's at the yard. You can't. I said, well, we want your driveway. And so I went over to their house and fucking, it's 3,600 square feet. It's like
Wow.
$140,000. They're like, oh, we thought it would be $60,000.
The
And then,
pavers are worth more than
well, then I'm
$60,000.
like, okay, let's go over this. Let's reverse engineer the price, right? So we said 3,600 square feet, and you want to spend $60,000. So I said, in order for your price to work, this job would have to be $13.50 a square foot, and the pavers cost $10. That's before basement. They're like, oh, I can see how that doesn't work. I'm like, yeah. They said, so what can we do? I said, well, we can border everything with pavers, but the inside has to be asphalt.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting a full interlock driveway for $13 a square foot. I don't care what the product is. So back to the drawing board.
PK, you're talking about the dump site, your employee or something?
Oh, so we have a guy that works at our fill location, and he's a bit of a unique guy. Anyways, so he has a company phone, and he's had it for, I don't know, like 2 years, a year and a half, a while. And he dropped it and smashed the screen. So, anyways, someone called me on the week, texted me on the weekend, said, "Hey, his phone's fucked." I said, "Okay." So I always keep extra phones around. And so we have a Galaxy Sam because they all want Androids, right? Like, so whatever. So I have this in the sea can. I have this, I don't know, like tray of phones. So I pulled out this Galaxy One from Ricky, from when Ricky left last year. And I took it over to him and I said, "Here, take the SIM card out, put it in that phone." And he's like, "But it's not a Pixel." I'm like, "I don't even know what that means, but like, great. I don't care." I said, "This phone will download the company app, will shoot text messages and phone calls. Past that, I really don't give a fuck what the phone does. Like, those are the things I needed to do as a company." "Well, do you care if I go and get the Pixel fixed?" I said, "As far as I'm concerned, whatever a Pixel is, you should throw it in the fucking trash." Like, I don't even know what a Pixel is, but whatever that is, just throw it in the put the SIM card into this other Samsung phone and throw the other one in the garbage can that we provide here. Like, he's like, "Well, I think I'd like to try and get it fixed." I said, "Well, you do whatever you want. I could fucking care less what you do." So he took it and got it fixed for $270, got the thing fucking fixed. And I'm like, "Bro, I feel like you're misallocating money fixing the phone that I own for $270.
Yeah, I think
Because he's like, do you care? Like, do you care if I use this other phone till I get mine back?" I'm like, "Okay, neither of these phones belong to you."
yeah. Why does he need a Pixel?
I don't know. I didn't ask. I don't care. I was like, "Do what you want with the Pixel." What is a Pixel? Does anyone know what a Pixel is?
The Google phone.
Oh,
Google,
is that what it is?
yeah, Google makes
Oh, okay.
Pixel. I don't know if they still do. They did at one point. Why
I
the
don't know
fuck
how
would
old
you
it is.
want one of those anyway? I don't know, but
Everyone around me uses Android phones.
yeah, no, thank you.
Once you get used to them, they're supposed to be far superior.
No, I've had a Samsung for a while. I didn't love it.
Did you had a Android?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
I
had
want
a
to know,
couple of Androids too, and I didn't like them either.
do you think that certain behaviors are a predictor to the success of someone at your company?
yes,
Immediate predictors, like immediate, like. So I'll say this as an example. So when one of the new bin truck drivers started, the first thing that he did was fill his seat with air. Now we are a non-air in the seat company. We do not drive with air in the seats at Paver King. We are on the floor, all of us. None of us drive with air in the seats ever. We have never employed someone that was in any way successful that drove with air in the seat, because there is, in the truck driving world, to me, there is people who drive with air in their seat and there's people who don't. And those two kinds of people don't align for
So
whatever reason.
for our audience that doesn't understand this, because I definitely understand this, uh, air in the seats, what does that mean?
Well,
and
when
air
you
ride seats.
drive big trucks, you can put air to boost the seat up and take some of the bounce out of the seat. Or
Okay.
I don't know. I've never driven with air in the seat in my life. I fucking hate it. I find it annoying and it makes you bounce up and down, but some people say it's easier on their backs.
Mhm.
Now, I don't have an inherent problem with people who drive with air in their seat at all. It's just, in my personal experience, the personalities of people who drive with air in their seat versus the personalities of people who don't, those personalities don't mesh. I don't think we even have any brokers that drive with air in their seat that are involved with our company. No one that I have any consistent dealings with have drive with air in their seat. Now, the bin truck driver who threw the phone at my head, air in the seat guy. The insane dude that ran the float truck before, in between Darian and Andrew, air in the seat guy. The guy that just walked out at 4 o'clock on Monday afternoon, air in the seat guy. Like, I just think the proof is somewhat in the pudding. If we're interviewing something and they hit that button to put air in the seat, they're not for us. Do you drive with air in the seat, Chad?
I drive with air in the seat.
You would
I'm
never
also not a
survive.
fucking tall guy. Like I got to be able to see. Or like I'm also not a truck driver, right? I'm a person who can
Darian's a
drive a
fuck.
truck.
Andrew and Darian are tiny, and they got no air in the seat, man.
Yeah, I was in Darian's truck whenever he dropped off the 810. And I'm like, how the fuck do you see anything down here? This is an accident waiting to happen. Mind you, he
Skills,
still
bro.
drives better than the fucking turban guy who cut me off this morning and then gave me the fucking
What I'm
finger.
saying, is there someone when someone starts with you, is there something that they could do that you would because
Yes.
when he started and he put air in the seat, I called Christy and I said, I hate to be a negative dude and I want to let this ride out and see what happens, but there's air in the fucking seat already. And she's like, fuck. Because she knew. Air in the seat, people do like, does your driver of the Freightliner put air in the seat?
I don't know. No clue.
I bet he does.
Well, he also hit a fucking wire, so he probably does.
If
If
you're an air in
that's the
the I'm
criteria.
not
Like I
well,
don't know.
it, whether you have air in the seat or not does not dictate how good a driver you are. So what's something that you could see someone shows up and on the first day you're like, you're not going to make it immediately for something like that. Do you have anything at your company?
Yeah, so when do I get a shirt?
That's a good one.
So when do I get a shirt? Hey man, can I get a hat? It's your first fucking day, man. And now, all of a sudden, these fucking guys, if they forget they don't have a safety shirt, they'll go and get a new one. Like it's fucking Walmart. Oh, I forgot my safety shirt. Just let me grab a new one. New fucking $40 safety shirt. You fucking kidding me? I will
How many do
fucking spray paint orange lines on you before I let you take another shirt. Jesus Christ, you have 8 of them.
how many shirts do you think they should have? Being fair.
5. One for every day of the week. Wash them on the weekend. If you've been with me, that's 5 a year, right? Not
Yeah,
5
yeah.
forever, right? So every year you could have I have 50 natural design work shirts, safety shirts.
Why don't you just get vests?
I don't like vests.
I love a good vest.
I hate vests. I bought some, and that's what they're going to be wearing instead of taking a new fucking shirt every time. They can't be doing that. It's unreal.
I thought you were going to say something wig related.
Wig related? No, no.
If someone starts with you, Mike, what could they do that you would immediately be like, this dude ain't making it?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably on the first day, if they complain about the heat. But I only say that because that's happened recently, and that didn't last long. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
What's the shortest you've ever had an employee, Mike?
I didn't make it for the first day. And then,
Like literally at lunch was like, I'm packing it in.
no, like didn't even make it to the first day. Said that they left
Oh,
their work boots at their other job, and I said, I hired you full time. What are you talking about, other job? And then, yeah, it didn't go from there at all.
and then they just never came back.
Well, I said, like, no, this is a full-time position. You agreed to that. And they thought, well, I thought it could be flexible and you could work with me. No, this is a full-time position.
Did you tell them it was a full-time position?
Yes, absolutely. And met face to face, and it was a full-time position.
Would you put air in the seat?
I don't know. I would have to sit in a truck and feel the air. Does the air make it less of a hard ride? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
A little bit,
It
yeah.
takes a lot of the feeling out of the truck. It does.
I'd probably put air in the seat, to be honest. I'm also not a tall guy like
I'm not a
Chad.
tall
You're
guy.
taller than me.
Who?
Would you
I
be
am?
intimidated to drive a big truck, Mike?
No, I would love that.
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love it for like the first day or so.
Yeah.
And then I
It's
wouldn't
so
want to,
real quick.
yeah.
I like looking at my big trucks, but I don't love driving them everywhere.
Yeah.
We're putting the box. The fabricator is working on the box on my Peterbilt, so I'm
Nice.
excited about that. Yeah, we're gonna save the box. I was gonna get a new one. Did we talk about this already?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Let's not talk about it again.
Well,
We're
you
making
say,
progress on it, though. No, did we talk about me deciding to save the box?
well, you were gonna get a
We
new
did talk. We talked about me getting a new one, but then I changed my mind.
one, and it had to be that one.
Yeah, so we're fixing it. So he's got it. Most of the shitty parts of it cut out. I got to go to Ginkor because Ginkor actually has the build sheet for the box, so I can buy the same. And they still sell the same mud flap hangers because all the mud flap hangers are rotten as fuck.
Hmm.
What's horrifying is though, like when you look at that truck, the difference in build quality between the new trucks and that one from 2007, it has the original paint on the box. And the box is rusty in a lot of places, but there's a lot of the places where the box is not, and it's fine. And when Paul is grinding it, trying to fix parts of it, he's like, "This thing is a bitch because it has real epoxy primer."
Hmm.
Whereas the new truck, like if you look at the box on Andrew's truck, it's a 2022. It is arguably in as bad condition as the fucking box on the 2007 Peterbilt
Yeah, nothing's good.
because they don't use any kind of good primers on them anymore. They don't fuck like it's just as cheap as fuck everything.
Cheap as they can make them.
Yeah, and then sell them for as much. A
Yeah.
guy sent me a Western Star hook truck for rate my truck. We should do that another night. Tonight is not the night, but another night we could do it.
We got a comment that we should do more of those.
I
More
sent you
rate my
guys
truck.
one that we have to do.
Didn't you have some question we couldn't do last time, and now we were going to do it this time, Mike?
Oh, should we do it? It's
Yeah,
a
let's
long
wind it.
one.
Well, we need to kill 15 minutes, so wind it out.
Okay, well, Josh Tot left a comment. Can you please do another rate my setup segment where listeners send in their rigs? Chad.low15 said, Mike, that microphone thing works better if you put it up to your face where the sound comes out. I then asked which mic, and he said Paver King. But
What,
he
Mike?
said Paver King with the mic at his chin. Love you guys. I'm a loyal listener from the States.
What are you
Great.
talking about? This mic doesn't work good?
This was on which episode? You have very low testosterone.
Oh, I do. I don't know. I'm going to the doctor on July 14th.
Okay.
I have a doctor's appointment.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I got a blood test done successfully. I had to go back twice, but I did get it done. The
You have to
lady
go
was nice
back.
to me.
Oh, they didn't take your blood twice. You went there twice.
Well, no, I went there once. We talked about that.
Yeah.
How I got rejected because of my terrible fucking outdated form. Well, I got a new form, and then I went back again, and this time they tested my blood.
Hmm.
So that was good. Oh, I was gonna find this.
We should do a live podcast episode at your doctor's appointment.
Sure, bring it on. Like,
Yeah. Love it.
but that would be uncut.
Yeah.
That would be completely uncut and what is it? Uncurated content. People like curated content, man. They don't like uncurated content. Mostly because uncurated content has a lot of like holes in it where not much is happening.
Mm.
I thought about just recording our morning meeting every day and just posting that. Because there is a lot of fans of the morning meeting.
Yeah. That's a hell of a time, the morning meeting.
Yeah, our morning meetings can get pretty rambunctious, pretty out of control.
I have to do it in pods. These people are going here,
Uh,
get this, and then the next crew. These people are going here, do this. These people are, yeah.
so we have one big, I don't know if you ever watched it, but we have one big morning meeting.
I haven't seen the morning meeting.
Yeah, we have everyone together at a morning meeting. It's pretty good.
Okay, Chad's got to get to bed, so let's
Okay, get to bed,
do
Chad.
this.
How did you know?
I can tell as your energy drops down
Yeah.
throughout the
Yeah.
episode. All right, so here's a controversy, maybe. This is from an anonymous.
Ooh,
Should
anonymous.
certification CMHA, so Concrete Masonry and Hardscape Association, be mandatory? And thoughts on Ottawa starting mandatory licensing with the city? Homeowners deserve it. They trust people to know what they are doing. I see a lot of non-conforming installations and so much free education. It comes down to complete ignorance. You can keep me as anonymous. Yeah, that's the question there, or controversy.
Um, I want to be the one writing the fucking test for everybody else to fucking take if it's going to come down to that.
Oh, so you want to make the qualification test?
Yeah, I think I probably be all right at that. I think so. I like it's not a terrible idea, but what are you going to do? There's still deck builders who will build you a deck that aren't Redfield carpenters, right? So what are you really gaining? Maybe for commercial stuff, you have to be certified or something. I don't know. Your little fucking walkway, what does it matter? Half of them turn out like dog shit.
Uh, I don't particularly like the regulation of anything.
Agreed. Yeah, I don't.
Like I just but I can look at that issue and understand why people would be supportive of it. I understand. I also understand why people are supportive of SOPs and landscape specific software, and I understand why people are supportive of all these things, and I can see their side of it. And I don't. I think that there's some really good things there. I just don't want to participate in any of it. And I would put this certification thing in line with all of that. I have I hate I hate people like Dalee who feel it necessary to stop by and grill down on some dude who's got some gravel pyloned off on the road for a night. And that you know what this is? It's just another extension of Dale's running around, grilling everybody. And I can tell you right now, in my experience, when you try to introduce something like this, the only people that get harassed are people who are already participating within the system. That city of Ottawa thing where they're running around checking licenses, you want to know how they know where the jobs are taking place? The people with licenses fucking registered the jobs. So who the fuck do you think gets harassed? That used to happen to us in Ajax all the time. Was that because we used to because in Ajax you used to supposed to register your jobs. So and you have to go to the town of Ajax because there's a whole insurance thing with the curbs and all this blah 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 blah. This is like 10 fucking years ago, this shit. Like people are acting like this is some new thing in Ottawa. They were doing this kind of shit in fucking Ajax 10 fucking years ago. So we would do like being that I consider myself to be a responsible contractor, we would go do all this stuff. Register courses, fucking bullshit, register insurance, fucking road permits, bullshit. And then there'd be some guy working down the street with shit all over the road, whole fucking place trashed. Every time the road inspectors and the bylaw people came to enforce those rules, the only people they ever harassed were us. And I was like, you know why? Because they know where we are. So then we started doing jobs where we never registered them and we never put fucking filter cloth in the sewer and all this bullshit. Fucking, we never did any of it. You know what happened? They stopped harassing us. They didn't care about us anymore. So, like, the biggest problem I have with that whole thing is the only people that are going to get fucking harassed are the people that do the course, and the people who don't care about it today and have absolutely zero intention of doing any of that stuff will still have zero intention when, and no, there's not a, no way, there's not enough enforcement possibility for it. And they might get enforced once in a while. Like, you're talking about creating an enforcement system for hardscape contractors when you can't even have an enforcement system for dump truck drivers on the fucking highway or transport truck drivers.
Yeah,
You,
that's gotta come first.
you, like, the government is incapable in this current moment of Ontario. I think everyone in Ontario can agree, is incapable of keeping unlicensed, unsafe truck drivers who don't even speak one of the two national languages off the road. They're incapable of doing that. Every day, there are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of drivers with fake licenses that don't speak the language, driving completely unskilled, driving large trucks on the road in Ontario. If we're not capable of enforcing driver's licenses, this is basic stuff in this province. We are admittedly unable to enforce people maintaining proper driver's license. How the fuck can we even start to think about hardscape fucking licenses? And we can't even enforce the fucking rules we have.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, you're right. If there's going to be anything, trucking should be well before hardscaping.
Because the same thing that happens in trucking, that happened with us in the town of Ajax, happens in trucking. When they turn on the yellow lights and everyone heads in, those guys inside that building are 100% aware of where all those trucks are registered and where all those trucks come from. And they will pick off the people that they believe speak English and get them to come around. And the people that you see the fucking shitbox rigs that go through because they're like, I don't want to deal with someone who doesn't speak English. I don't want to deal with someone who doesn't have a real driver's license. I don't want to deal with someone who has no insurance. I don't want to deal with the headache. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull over this person who's attempting to honestly follow all the rules, and I'm going to harass the fuck out of them. And that's all that happens with more enforcement, in my view. All you're going to do is harass people who took the course and harass people who registered their fucking jobs. And you're not going to do shit to anybody else. Because at the end of the day, 99% of government employees are looking to avoid conflict. Unless you are a bully who became some kind of law enforcement guy like Dalee.
Yeah.
So you're just going to go to people that already have all the shit and harass the fuck out of them because that's the least fucking conflict in your day. Harassing the Chinese contractor that's working 3 houses down that doesn't speak English and pays their people in fucking rice, that's not going to fucking help. You're going to go fucking harass that fucking guy? No. You're going to come and harass me because I registered the job and fucking got the course. That's why I'll never participate in any of that shit. I learned that lesson. I tried to do things the right fucking way. All I got was headaches and pain.
Yeah. I think it's good in theory, but I think what they miss is marketing it to homeowners to look for somebody with that. They just market it to the people that pay the money, right?
Homeowners also don't give a fuck. You show up and you got your CMHC, blah, 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 and you're $10,000, and some other person shows up and says, I'll do all the same shit for $8,000. 9 out of 10 fucking homeowners are hiring the guy at $8,000.
That too.
That's the truth of the matter. No one gives a fuck. It sucks. They should. They should care. I totally agree with you. They should care. Except, you know who didn't give a rat's ass about any of that stuff and cared solely about the price? The people who hired the people to build the space shuttle that fucking blew up. And when you're hiring the cheapest unqualified contractor to build shit like the fucking space shuttle, how can you hope in hell that someone getting a front walkway installed is going to look for the most qualified contractor? We hire the cheapest, shittiest people to build things we send into space.
Yep.
I will say a lot of my clients do care, like especially those that find me on YouTube. because they are looking for somebody like that. And I am
Okay, and I
always
think that
higher priced than the other quotes because usually they get quotes, they do a little bit of research, they find my videos, they reach out to me, I come out, I give a quote, and always at the end of that project, I always ask, so why did you end up going with me? It's always that I was the highest, but they knew what they were getting.
okay, and I think that you're absolutely telling the truth about that. Now scale that to 2 crews. Good fucking luck.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I think you're telling the
The
truth. There
big
is a
selling point
segment.
for me is that I'm on site doing the work for them, and that's yeah, absolutely.
There is a segment of the population that you have honed in on as your primary customer
Yes,
that you have searched for, that you have created, that will hire you for that reason. Now scale that to 2 crews, 3 crews, 4 crews.
absolutely.
Try to keep that when you have 2 crews running. Sooner or later, you're going to get competitive on price to keep that second crew running.
Yeah.
Like, I think you're right. There are people who will hire me or Chad because you're doing it right. But those are the people in the few,
Mm-hmm.
not people in the majority.
Absolutely.
When they're building a bridge that's going to span something and put hundreds of thousands of lives at risk, they hire the cheapest contractor. Everything you touch, you're living in a condo right now. How many stories up are you, Mike?
I'm midway up. We'll say that.
Okay, you're midway up. So you're maybe 15th floor, somewhere around there. You're living in a condo built by a collection of the cheapest contractors possible.
Yeah,
And it shows.
and it shows.
You think someone gives a fuck about their front walkway?
Yeah.
There are some people, granted. Do you think the majority of us, almost all of us, are living in houses and buildings constructed by the cheapest contractors on the planet, or that they could find at the time? Chad built his house, so maybe not.
Yeah, there was then no price shopping there. I got a wicked price, but there was no price shopping. Not that I
But
would.
you live in a house you built, so you got to choose that, and you obviously
Yeah.
understand being in the business. But
Yeah.
the majority of people building houses wouldn't be building the same way you are,
Correct.
right? So,
Right.
anyways, Chad has to go to bed. That's the end of the episode.
Thank you for watching. Ooh. Yeah, those people run the world. They're so impressive. What a bunch of freaks.